welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2026 National Student Athletes Championship College Basketball Campus Tour. Last week we were in San Beda. This week we've made our way to the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan, Quezon City. And our game at hand features two perennial contenders in their respective collegiate leagues. It's the CSB Blazers taking on the Ateneo Blue Eagles. We're coming to you live from the Blue Eagle Gym for our ongoing coverage. It's our game on deck. This is our fourth game of the day. 3 games down and 1 more to go. And this is game day number 3 of our competitions. We've had plenty of games this past week, and we have plenty more to go. Hi everybody, good afternoon. My name is Yoyo Sarmenta, bringing you the action right here inside the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym. We have a great game in store for you. CSB and Ateneo, 2 contenders in their respective leagues, and they're shaping up to be powerhouses once again this season. But focusing on this tournament, on this game, they have fielded new players and new stars, and we can't wait to see them in action here today. But first, before anything else, we have to start with our tournament format just to set everything into place for our tournament. So our tournament format, we have 16 teams that have been divided into 4 groups. 4 groups, Group A, B, C, and D. And right now, we are in Group A action, Ateneo and CSB. And after the elimination round, we will head to the next phase of the tournament. After the standings after they have been determined, they will go to the quarterfinals, semifinals, all the way to the finals. And right now, Ateneo and CSB, coming off respective victories against LPU, want to continue their winning ways here today. Earlier this afternoon, game number 3, LaSalle defeating Adamson 83-69, as well as earlier in the game, FEU defeating Letran, and in our very first game, Perpetual Altas defeating San Sebastian 84-78. So that was our third game results and our earlier results as well. And we will cap off our day with CSB versus Ateneo. Checking in on our standings. As mentioned, Ateneo and CSB perfect so far. They're both coming off wins against the LPU Pirates. That's why LPU is 0-2. UP has yet to play in Group A. They will see action tomorrow afternoon. They will take on Ateneo, so that should be a good one as well. So Ateneo and CSB hoping to remain spotless in our campus tour right now. Let's focus now on the Ateneo Blue Eagles, who recently defeated LPU to the score of 71-64. This happened last weekend, and Ateneo leaned on their defense to force 23 turnovers and converting them into 34 points. And you see there, it was in the third quarter that Ateneo locked down on defense, and they were able to pull away despite LPU trying to make a comeback. As for Benilde, that happened last Sunday, also defeating LPU 89-84. The story of the game in terms of the numbers, the rebounding battle and the assist department, all owned by the men in green. 47-33 in the rebounds and 24-11 in terms of assists. Now, that was why the Blazers won their game against LPU. And we are moments away from tip-off between CSB and Ateneo.
Now it's time to meet the starting lineups for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And point guard number 9, John High. And shooting guard number 19, Joaquin Espina. And small forward number 10, Sean Tuano. And power forward number 3, Julie Moco. And the
starting 5 for Benilde, Ancheta, Kahukom, Celis Morales, and the 2-time MVP Allen Liwag. Meanwhile, for Ateneo, Espina, Baltazar, Tuano, Bongo, led by their playmaker Jared Bahay.
Umpire 1, Dennis Escaros. And umpire 2, Roy Bacas.
CSB going with their usual starters, headlined by Liwag. Liwag had a monster game last weekend.
The Blazers against your
As for Ateneo, Kiefer Alas will come off the bench.
2026 College Basketball Campus Tour.
Here we go, tip-off underway here inside the Blue Eagle gym.
First quarter.
CSB got the jump early against LPU, had that strong first half. Let's see if they can replicate it here today. First basket is good. That was from Kahukom.
Official sign.
I have an issue right away. Officials timeout. So after the first basket by Joshua, the buzzer immediately sounded. Let's see if our officials can sort things out. So after that slight delay, Ateneo will get its first crack at the basket. Ateneo finished in 6th place in the last UAP season. They've missed the Final Four for 2 straight years. And Sean Tuano starts us off with a 3. Tuano was a key contributor for the Blue Eagles in the last UAP season. Ended up as one of their leading scorers. And back-to-back baskets by Kahukom. Kahukom scoring all 5 points for the men in green. Bongo will call directions. Tuano hit a 3 earlier. Shot clock becoming a factor. They go down low. 5 to shoot. Fade away. It's good. Logan Baltazar scores his first 2 points of the afternoon. Baltazar had 8 points in his last outing against LPU. Wide open for the Blazers. Shot was off from Batabonia. Sorry, that was Celis. Meantime, here is Bahay slicing through the defense. That's a miss. Blazers are running. Kahukom takes aim. Misfires. Coming up on the 8-minute mark of the opening period. Tuano runs into trouble. Now that would be a foul on Baltazar on the terrific drive by Celis. So at the line is Rafi Celis. Celis was actually a former Blue Eagle back in season 86. Spent his high school at the Sacred Heart School Ateneo de Cebu. He's found a new home with CSB. Ball batted out, it will go to the Blue Eagles. Substitution, Jello Rota just checked in. Play developing here for Ateneo. Baltazar, lots of time on the shot clock. Five to shoot now. Baltazar. Baseline J won't work. Nice drive inside by Jomel Ancheta. 3-point lead now by the Blazers. Ateneo has not led yet this afternoon. Foul, and they count it. Tuano for the N1.
Celes. His first personal foul. First team foul.
Ancheta able to maximize on that space in the paint, but Tuano with the answer right back. Tuano now has 5 points. Make that. Nope, it stays at 5. Putback won't work for Rota. Another chance for Ateneo. Rota will put it back out. Pick and roll. It ends up with Rota. Bahay takes a seat as Espinosa enters. Ateneo now using a full court defense, try to slow down CSB. Ateneo has tasted its first lead of the afternoon, 9-8. And Alan Liwag scores his first bucket of the game. The two-time NCAA MVP doing work early. Tuano spins, had to give it up. Espinosa is open, they swing it. Sorry miss for Waki Espina. Celes with the left hand. Quick offense by both these teams early in the first quarter. Tuano. That's a miss, but the foul away from the ball as Baltazar hit the deck. Celes able to slither his way to the paint using the left hand. JM Leal has checked in, and so has Kiefer Alas. Kiefer had a tremendous debut for Ateneo last weekend. Sorry miss by Leal. And turnover. Here come the Blue Eagles. Emergency pass. Heads into the out of bounds. Kiefer Alas apologizing to Espina for the bad pass. Almost at the halfway mark of the first here. Another foul away from the ball. So Ateneo now has changed all of its starting lineup. And we're not even halfway through the first. CSB, on the other hand, has stuck with its score so far. Ancheta still has it. Shot clock now a factor. It's at 5. Somebody has to shoot it. Emergency shot won't work. Here comes Alas. Full head of steam. And he will troop to the line.
Foul number 33, Gio Gonzaga. His first personal foul. Team's third.
Foul will go against Gonzaga on the Alas drive. Kiefer had 21 points in 21 minutes versus the LPU Pirates last weekend. He won the season 87 MVP in the high school ranks. Now taking his talents to Katipunan. Ancheta with the rock. Switch on defense, they go to Liwag. Liwag, that's too easy for Alan Liwag. Second field goal for Alan Liwag. Liwag had 23 points in his previous game. In the meantime, that drive by Rota, he is fouled.
Number 33, Gio Gonzalez, his second personal foul. Substitution for Benilde.
That should be team foul number 3 for CSB.
For 2 shots.
At the line is Jello Rota. Rota coming out of SHS Ateneo de Cebu. There are a lot of Magis Eagles actually in the Blue Eagles roster, from Jared Bahay, the aforementioned Jello Rota, Aldin Kainglet, Lars Calvang. A lot of players from Cebu for Ateneo. So after those free throws, it is 14-12. 4:30 remaining. And stolen away by the Blue Eagles. Remember, it was the turnover story that they won against the Pirates. That's why they were able to carve out win number 1.
17 seconds on the shot clock.
17 to shoot for Ateneo. Leal. The hoop and the horn. JM Leal. Leal this time took his time, able to gather himself for the shot. In the end, one opportunity. Leal, the product of Ateneo High School, played under Coach Bacon Austria in his senior year, now in the seniors ranks. Meantime, Rota checks out. In comes Edu for Ateneo. So Coach Tab Baldwin maximizing his roster early. Steal by Alas all the way for 2. That pressure defense bothering the Blazers here in the early goings of the game. And that pass by Liwa goes to nobody. You see the Blazers bench telling their team to shoot it.
Substitution for the Blazers.
That was turnover number 3 for St. Benilde. We go to Alas. To Leal. 6 to shoot. Espinosa is fouled. That was good defense by CSB for 20 seconds until that ill-advised foul at the 4-second mark of the shot clock. Liwag will take a seat.
For 2 shots,
Ian Espinosa at the line. One of the lead guards for Ateneo, manning the backcourt duties alongside Jared Bahay. Had a fruitful UAP season 88 as part of that backcourt. A split at the line by Espinosa gives the Blue Eagles a 4-point advantage. It is 18-14 with 3:20 remaining. Look at the pressure by Edu all the way out. Shot clock once again trickling down for CSB. Shot was off from Sanchez. The Eagles have clamped down on defense, but speaking of defense, this time the Blazers got the better of the Eagles. Put back And that is good. Matthew Hukob gets the basket to drop. Gamber is bumped. He will go to the line.
Foul on number 11, Ian Torres. His second personal foul. Substitution for Benilde.
Ian Torres, by the way, that is personal foul number 2. So Torres will have to sit out. Meantime, Kyle Gamber at the line. Gamber had 6 points against LPU, but only shot 2 for 11 from the field. That was a split by Gamber. Sanchez still has it. He is fouled. CSB asking for an N1.
His first personal foul, 13th foul. Substitution for the Blue Eagles.
So I don't think Blazers will get that N1. No, they won't. So a sideline out of bounds. Muling tapang at the controls. Former UE Warrior. Another foul. Foul on the pass, says our official. On the drive by Galas. Foul slowly piling up on both sides. See Galas trying to make that pass. Nice feed inside. Sanchez finally eluding the defense of Edu. Gamber hesitated. Bahay sees an opening. Bahay gives it up. They swing it. Alas can't knock down the tray. Ball will stay with the Blue Eagles. Shot clock recycled to 14. It is Bahay versus Muling Tapang. Bahay with a nifty feed. And Bongo, the recipient of that dime, will head to the line.
His first personal foul. Substitution for the Blue Eagles.
So lots of fouls on both sides. CSB has 7, Ateneo has 4. It's been a slow crawl here in the first. .144 remaining and Ateneo leads by 3. And that should be an offensive foul on Muling Tapang. And Nico is saying rather that it should be a flop, but he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Bahay applied just enough pressure on Muling Tapang. And Muling Tapang with his own recipient of the offensive foul. This time gets the referee's decision. I see the tap by Bahay says you can do that too. So 1:43 remaining, 21-18. And Bahay says, ako na lang magmamap. And here's it from the crowd. the do-it-all guard, doing everything, including janitorial duties. Here we go. Action continues. It is Muling Tapang and Bahay. Those two know each other very well. Sanchez has it. Crossover, spin, floater. It's good. Justine Sanchez. Clinical in his approach. Gamber, three, got it. Coming up on a minute remaining here in the first. Edu has been playing Sanchez full court. Muling Tapang. He still has it, 8 to shoot. That was a wide right. Foul on the rebound. That would be against Ronji Go.
Substitution for Ateneo.
So because
Maglalagay tayo ng
because CSB is in the penalty, free throws for Ateneo. Biggest lead of the ball game so far at 6. 26 to 20 with under 40 seconds left. A nice fight inside by Ronji Go. Bahay looks up at the clock, takes it upon himself. Bahay with a jumper. Eagles slowly heating up here at the tail end of the first. And time will run out on CSB. That will do it for the first 10 minutes of action. And Coach Tab Baldwin is mad about the physicality towards the end. Nonetheless, his team is up by 7, 29 to 22. But we still have free throws for CSB. That was why Coach Tab Baldwin was upset. So Iril Galas is at the line, but our officials still checking on that last sequence. Ateneo just shooting 47% compared to CSB's 62%, but Ateneo is 3 of 6 from downtown. That is why they have this 7-point lead. So 3 from Gamber, 3 from Bahay. That's why Ateneo was able to create a little bit of separation. If you're just tuning in, we have yet to conclude our first period because there seems to be a foul right at the buzzer. Our officials are checking whether or not there will be free throws for Galas. So here's what happened as time was running out. There was a foul on Go. Yep, so that was a hand signal from our officials for Bongo. So lots of things to consider in terms of time. And the placement of the foul. Our officials just want to make the right decision. No stone left unturned for the final moments here of the first. Gamber and Bongo leading the way for Ateneo with 4 points apiece. While for CSB, Justin Sanchez has 4 points as well. Seems our officials have made their decision. So foul on Bongo, 2 shots will be awarded for CSB. So we're just not quite finished yet here in the first.
On the line for 2 shots, Aidel Galas.
So Aidel Galas will shoot 2. At 10 points in the previous game against LPU. So aside from the 2 free throws, 0.2 seconds was inserted back on our game clock. A split at the line by Galas, and that will do it. So our official score at the end of the first 10 minutes, it is Ateneo 29, CSB 23. And second quarter coming up. Blue Eagle Gym for our ongoing coverage of 2026 NSAC. You're watching Ateneo versus CSB. We've just finished the first period, and you're watching the highlights of that action-packed first period. Lots of players stepped up on both sides. Tuano leading the way, had 5 early points, give Ateneo the edge. Rota has 4 points as well. Liwag got it going, had 2 baskets. Remember, he is the 2-time NCAA MVP. Celis also doing work. There were a lot of fouls in that first period that slowed things down. But nonetheless, it was the pressure defense from Ateneo led to a lot of miscues for CSB. So at the end of that first period, 29-23 is our score. This is game number 4. Ateneo and CSB capping off a 4-game slate here inside the Blue Eagle Gym for game day number 3 of the 2026 NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Last week we were in San Beda. This weekend, both today and tomorrow, action is inside the Blue Eagle Gym, while next week will be at UP.
Foul number 77, his first
Foul on goal on the drive by Rota. I think our referees are discussing whether or not that should be a shooting foul or not. So now they're giving a sideline inbound on the Blue Eagles.
shot clock at 14 seconds.
Here is a Baltazar. They swing it. Espina doesn't shoot. 5 on the shot clock. Espina has to put it up. Espina short. Great defense by the Blazers. They're running. The pass ahead. Great recovery though by the Blue Eagles. Wuling Tapang drives baseline. Jumper, it's off. Foul on the rebound will go against Espina.
Foul number 9,
That was on Bahay rather, not Espina.
substitution for the Blue Eagles. Shot clock at 14 seconds.
Leal re-enters the game for Rota. Sanchez, drop step, spin. Textbook move, but unable to finish. Both teams scoreless so far after 1 minute of play in the second. Tuano is open. Drives baseline, brushes off his defender. Tough take by Sean Tuano.
Foul number 77, Chico. His third personal foul.
That will be foul number 3 on Ronji Go.
Substitution for the Blazers.
Tuano, by the way, still stuck at 5 points.
Sean Tuano for 2 shots.
It was the early spark plug for Ateneo in the first few minutes of the first. Two for two for Tuano. And now Ateneo established its biggest advantage of the ball game at 8 points. Can they force a turnover there? No. So that full court pressure defense has been bothering the Blazers all afternoon. And the turnover is complete. Tuano into the teeth of the defense. Liao with a putback. Pass out to Bahay. It's a miss. Wuling Tapang will get it across, but the defense has been relentless for Ateneo. Sanchez nearly went behind the back. Free throw line jumper is good by Matthew Hukom. So a timely basket for CSB. What a fake by Bahay. Fool the defense and earn a trip at the charity stripe. Wuling Tapang was contesting. It should be a traveling. But that was a nice fake by Bahay. Caught the defense off guard.
Warning on number 0, Nico Molitama of the Young Express for a substitute call.
As Muling Tapang heads to the bench, he received a warning for a resetment to a call. Ateneo has been making hay at the line. These are free throws 17 and 18. So during the tail end of the first, both teams were in the penalty and they traded free throws. So after those free throws, it is 33 to 25. And Cheta now manning the point guard duties for Coach Paulo Layug. 3 was off from Daha. Bahay, jumper, it's pure. Double-digit lead for Ateneo, 35 to 25. CSB has only scored 2 points here in the second period. Blocked by Baltazar, and he got it. Baltazar all the way. And that prompts the CSB Blazers to call for time. It is all Ateneo here in the second. Ateneo has outscored CSB 8-2 here in the second period. That is why they're up 37 to 25, enjoying their biggest lead of the ball game. The story of the match so far is Ateneo's defense causing all sorts of chaos for Benilde. CSB has 6 turnovers. And they've had their troubles getting the ball across. They get it through here. And Cheta still has it. 5 to shoot. Pass perfectly read by Tuano. Blue Eagles up and running once again. Espinosa. We have a clock issue once again because after Espinosa went all the way to the cup, the shot clock continued. That's why the buzzer went off. Quick offense for the Blue Eagles. Espinosa getting by the defense. So the shot clock has been reset to 24. But the Blazers will have to go all the way to the backcourt to get it across once again. Foul away from the ball. Ateneo's defense has been stifling that CSB backcourt.
The last play will be reviewed.
There will be a review on that last play. So 10-2 is the score in the second period. It was at 29-23 at the end of the first. And so far it has been all Ateneo. The Eagles have 8 points from those miscues by CSB. It has been a collective effort for Ateneo. Their starters, Bahay and Tomano, combining for 14 points. While for CSB, Kahukom leads the way with 5.
After review, and sportsmanlike foul on number 12, Chief Leo.
So after that review, an unsportsmanlike foul was called on J.M. Leal.
That's their second team foul.
So this might be a momentum shift that CSB is searching for. And a sportsmanlike foul, halting the momentum of Ateneo. Get a couple of free throws, get the possession back. Let's see. A split at the line by Mo Morales. And because it is an unsportsmanlike foul, CSB will get the ball back.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
Here we go. We're all set for the CSB possession. 14 to shoot. Ancheta sees an opening. Ancheta, floater, no. Gets his own miss. Ancheta whips the ball back. Celis had to adjust mid-air. Rafi Celis scores. So after that unsportsmanlike foul, CSB got 3 points. Alas, carving up the defense. Celis is open all day to shoot and makes the defense pay. So a little more offensive rhythm here for CSB. Rebound by Liwag. Foul. Celis will go to the line. Celis has been doing the heavy lifting here in the past 2 minutes for CSB. And of course, Kiefer Alas, always lethal. So quick 5 points for Celis. Mid-ranger and the three-pointer, and he is at the line. So Rafi Celis doing work against his former squad. He now has 8 points.
Substitution for the Blue Eagles.
The biggest lead of Ateneo was at 14. Now a bit more manageable deficit if you're CSB at 8. Steal. There was a whistle. It will go against Celis, much to the confusion and disappointment of CSB, of the CSB bench. They thought that was good, hard defense. And somehow Ateneo gets it across. Gamber to Alas. Fakes a three. Into the defense. Key for Alas. Back-to-back strong drives to the hoop. Morales. Dribbling violation. Celis will get a much-deserved rest. We have a ceasefire on the floor. Ateneo still up by 10 here with 4:42 remaining in the first half. Ten-point game, 43-33. If you're just tuning in, Ateneo led by as many as 14 points early in the second period. The Blazers' defense was stuck in the mud, but finally found a bit of rhythm here past the halfway mark of the second period. Leal, three. Got it! Leal coming off a spectacular senior year at the high school ranks. Showed off his improved three-point arsenal. Meantime, foul on Espinosa. Manchetta will inbound the basketball. And they're just adjusting the shot clock rather right now. So the time is at 4:10. That is the game clock. The shot clock has been adjusted to 18. They made a slight adjustment at the game clock. It's 4:19. Real will take a seat. Here's the applause from the Ateneo crowd.
18 seconds on the shot clock.
Kahukom far away from the ball. I believe that will go against Arle Podador.
Offensive foul number 1, Arlen Podador. His first personal foul.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark of the second period. Here is Kiefer. Alas carried the ball. There's a confused look, but I believe that was the right call. It happened right in front of our ref. Nice passing, but the final pass to Liwag was read by Gamber. Foul just as Gamber was receiving that pick from Bongo.
Substitution for Ateneo.
So CSB back in possession. They're shooting 54% from the field, but they're still down by double digits. Liwag takes his time, gets the friendly roll. Liwag now up to 6 points. First 2 points of the period for Liwag. Espinosa ran into trouble. One referee says CSB ball, the other says Ateneo. They talk it out and says Ateneo ball.
Shot clock and 11 seconds.
11 to shoot for Ateneo. Espinosa went down, no call. Baltazar, 3 to shoot. Stolen away. Kahukom, bounce pass, Sanchez.
Justine Sanchez. Warning number 7, Espinosa Ateneo for taking a foul.
Foul on the drive by Alas.
Foul by number 9, Joshua Hugo.
Great bounce pass by Kahukom to a cutting Sanchez. In the midst of that fast break, Espinosa was issued a warning for flopping. So 2 shots for Kiefer Alas, and the younger brother of PBA player Kevin, and the son of longtime coach Louis Alas. Coach Louis is part of the Ateneo coaching staff. Gamber with 3. Gamber hoists it up, gets his own miss. Basket is good. And a technical foul was called on Espinosa.
Technical foul for making a foul on number 1, Kiefer Alas.
That was on Alas rather. So it was on Alas, not
Continuous complaint.
Espinosa.
Substitution for video. Ian Torres for the technical free throw.
So their referees have been warning our players of that flopping. So Ateneo has been issued an unspo, sportsmanlike foul on Leal early in the period, and then the technical on Alas. But despite all that, they still have this 49-38 advantage. Coming up at the 2-minute mark of the second period, Sanchez of another nifty dime of his teammates. That was from Liwag. Sanchez doing work in the paint. Alas ran into trouble. 3 on 2 fast break, make that 4 on 2. Liwag completes the fast break. And the Blazers are knocking on the door. It is a 7-point game. And Tuano restoring order for the Blue Eagles. Timely 3. Advantage back up to double digits for Ateneo. 1:15 remaining. Liwag spins the pass. Sanchez 3, got it. Answering right back over the outstretched arms of Tuano. Espinosa can't make it. Offensive foul on Tuano on that putback attempt. Back and forth we go. First it was this three by Tuano. What left all day to shoot, and then Sanchez over Tuano. A little bit of stare right after. Liwag versus Bahay. The three was off from Torres. And Ateneo calls for time with 35.7 seconds remaining in the second. Down to the last 35.7 seconds. Ateneo had a 14-point lead. CSB has got it to within 7. So a manageable deficit heading into the break. Let's see if Ateneo can increase their advantage. Bahay shouted by Kahukom. Jared still has it. Bahay into the paint. Baltazar. And he will go to the line. Baltazar has been doing work on that rebounding department. Baltazar has 6 points and 6 rebounds. Baltazar, 6'6", big man out of the Bay Area. Last played for Cañada College in the U.S. Now with the Blue Eagles. He had 8 points against LPU in Ateneo's first game in the NSAC. "20 seconds left. Full court pressure by Ateneo. Sanchez has to give it up. Sanchez will get it across. Difference between 4 seconds between the two clocks. And now it's nearly identical. They turn it off. 3 on the way. No. Rebound Baltazar. Can he control it? Kick ball, so it will stay with CSB. So CSB will call for time for the final 0.8 seconds. So they call the foul right there. So CSB will try to get that last basket heading into the break. I think our officials will double check the time, whether or not they will put some extra milliseconds on that clock. So here again, what transpired in that last sequence. So now they're trying to re-establish the time. So they restore it to 2.2 seconds. It was just a kick ball by Baltazar. Ateneo still at the huddle, trying to make a last defensive scheme. For CSB, they cut it to within 7 several times throughout the tail end of the second period. So here we go. Torres will inbound the ball with 2.2 seconds. Ball is tapped. Great defense by Leal. And that will do it at the end of the first half. Ateneo maintains its control over CSB. 54-45 is our tally after the first 2 quarters. Ateneo ahead heading into the break. We'll be back for the second half. are at halftime here inside the Blue Eagle Gym in Ateneo, where the Ateneo Blue Eagles are ahead 54-45 over the CSB Blazers at the half. Ateneo got the jump on the Blazers, led by as many as 14. Kiefer, Alas, and company doing it on both ends, applying hard-nosed defense and getting on the break. Rafi Celis was huge in the second period, trying to keep the Blazers afloat. But Alas able to carve up the defense, get to his spots, and score with ease. Incoming Ateneo rookie JM Real got into the scoring act as well. And as for CSB, they need Alan Liwag to come alive in the second half if they want to come back. Justin Sanchez was also huge in that second period. Ateneo got a lot of contributions from a number of areas. And the aforementioned Sanchez was a huge part why CSB was able to cut Ateneo's lead from 14 to 7. Tuano is Ateneo's leading scorer at 10 points. And Sanchez was able to answer right back with a 3 of his own. Action picked up during the tail end of that second period. But at the half, Ateneo up by 9, 54-45. Let's crunch some numbers. Benilde has made more field goals rather, but Ateneo right there, the free throw story, one of the huge themes of this ball game. Ateneo is 17 of 22. That's why they're ahead big here, able to put a lot of pressure on the Manila defense, got to the line a number of times. They also won the rebounding battle. And the aforementioned Tuano leading the way, first player in double digits for Ateneo with 10. Baltazar and Bahay combining for 15. For Sanchez and Celis, they have combined 21. And Liwag has 8. And again, if you're the Blazers, you want Liwag to reach the 20-point mark at the end of this game. He is the leading scorer of Benilde. He is the 2-time MVP. Of course, you want to see more from Alan Liwag. Let's see if the Blazers activate and keep him more involved in the second half. And SJ Bilangel, former Ateneo legend, in attendance, enjoying the action. One of the huge reasons why Ateneo enjoyed a lot of success before the pandemic. Also part number of championships for Ateneo. And Paulo Hobalde is in attendance as well. Lots of players and coaches enjoying the action. This is game number 4 of the National Student Athletes Championship College Basketball Campus Tour. Game number 4 of game day number 3. We have another quadruple header coming your way tomorrow, also inside the Blue Eagle Gym. And once again, the shot clock did not move. And this time, CSB, the entire bench is absolutely irate because it was a clear lane to the hoop and then the buzzer sounded. And you can feel their disappointment. And that was the issue for most of the first half. Shot clock won't start, and now when the referees saw it, they had to stop play. An unfortunate start, seconds from the start of the third. Official time now is 9:54, just 6 seconds removed from the game clock. Now CSB has to restart its offense. Ancheta, too hot on the pass. Celis didn't get there in time. So Ateneo who led by as many as 14 points early goings of the second period, have its first possession of the third. 5 to shoot for the Blue Eagles. Espina reverse. Basket is good and put him on the line. Waki Espina, the shooter, shows us that he can do more than just shoot. Was cut off from the perimeter and went to the reverse. Waki Espina was a former member of the De La Salle Zobel Junior Archers. His teammates with Kiefer Alas. Now they're teammates once again in Ateneo. Liwag open, drives hard. Look at the defense by Baltazar. But he was called for the foul. Baltazar felt he had all ball. Our official says otherwise. Second foul on Baltazar. Read that play perfectly, but he had a lot of hands as well. Liwag up to 9 points. Liwag coming off another MVP season for CSB, his second straight since transferring to Benilde from Emilio Aguinaldo. Can't make it 2 for 2. So it is a 10-point game. A minute into the third. Rota, 3. Off the rim. Liwag with another board. Ancheta, Pinoy, step to the hoop. A lot more fluidity on offense for CSB to start the third. A stark contrast from their second period. Near steal by Liwag. Espina escapes the defense. Ancheta gets his own miss. Foul on the floor. No basket. Foul on the floor, says our official. Here is a drive by Espina. Back-to-back layups by Waki Espina. Edu just checked back into the ball game. He will try to slow down Liwag. Shot clock at 4. Celis has to heave it. Celis with a booming 3. Once again over Tuano. Lead once again cut to 7. Tuano will try to answer. Can't knock down the 3. Chance for CSB to slice this deficit further. They go to their MVP, Liwag. Nice post move. 5-point game. This is the closest CSB has been. But Tuano with a quick reply. CSB defense fell asleep. Here is Celis. Celis trying to create space. 5 to work with. Celis, the pass. The jumper doesn't get the roll. Morales with the miss. Bahay sees an opening. Bahay to the hoop. Ancheta and Tuano fell on the floor. No call. So it will remain CSB basketball. Lots of time on the shot clock. Ball is tapped. CSB shooting better than Ateneo, but the problem is, as we mentioned at the half, the free throw story belonging to Ateneo. Celis will inbound. Celis, leading scorer of CSB. Meantime, Liwag, short stab won't work. Rebound secured by Bahay. Bahay had a notion, instead he still elects to pass. Bahay now will drive, spins, the pass, Rota denied up top. And Rota will go to the line, foul on Celis. Correction, that will go against Morales. So the foul was at the bottom on the drive by Rota. Rogelo Rota. Second unit of Ateneo is in, Espinosa and Alas. Rota has 4 points. So free throw story right now. Ateneo, these are free throws 24 and 25. They've been making a living at the line. And that's why they've been keeping CSB at bay. Foul will go on the entry pass to Liwag. Alas called for the foul against Liwag. Blazers trying to go exclusively to Liwag in the post now. It is JM Realstern, the rookie, trying to guard Liwag. No basket. Foul against Leal. Team foul number 4 for Ateneo. We still have 5:45 remaining in the third. So this slow pace reminiscent of that first period where a number of fouls were called on both sides. Potador had to make something out of nothing. That will be foul number 3 on Kiefer. Alas had no recourse but to foul on the driving Potador. For CSB, not a lot of free throws so far. These are free throws number 12 and 13. So CSB, despite shooting better, still down. Rebound secured by Alas. Gamber, no hesitation, it's good! Three-pointer number 6 for Ateneo. Liwag into traffic. Celes working hard in the paint. Back to a 10-point game. Edu cut off. Gamber, another one. Why not? Kyle Gamber, back-to-back threes. He is one of the shooters of Ateneo. The space given. Potador can answer. Ball will stay with the Blazers with 9 to shoot. Here is a first triple by Gamber. Just no hesitation. Then Celis with a much needed basket, but Gamber once again can't leave him open. Torres over Edu. He will go to the line.
Foul on number 21, Heavy Edu. His first personal foul.
First foul on Edu.
For 2 shots, Ian Torres.
Blazers have done a good job not turning the ball over compared to the first half. But they're still down here. On that last out of bounds, the whole CSB was asking that the ball should go their way. Now they're issuing a challenge. So coach's challenge is called by CSB on that last out of bounds sequence. The entire CSB bench was in uproar on that last sequence. Let's see. So 4:19 remaining. Every time CSB has tried to inch closer, Ateneo has found the right answer. It is against Sanchez and Leal. Sanchez was adamant that the ball should go their way. It was last touch by Leal. You see, Leal didn't even make a reaction, but the referee's just trying to be sure here. Blazers, by the way, cut it to within 5 in the early goings of the third. And Ateneo restored order. Let's see that once again. Here's a tap. So we have our decision here. So CSB ball. So the shot clock is at 14.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
Torres has been handling the point guard duties much of the second half. Liwag, pass underneath, basket and one. Gio Gonzaga with a nifty dime from Liwag. Foul slowly piling up for Ateneo. That will go against Leal. CSB looking to make another run. Gonzaga can't complete it. Rebound by Liwag. And Allen is fouled. Relentless, absolutely relentless, Allen Liwag.
Foul on number 19, Waki Espina. His first personal foul. Substitution for the Blue Eagles.
Foul will go against Waki Espina.
On the line for 2 shots, Alan Liwag.
Liwag has 4 rebounds. He had 15 in his last game against LPU. Ateneo has done an admirable job keeping Liwag off the paint. But Liwag, a tireless workhorse, able to get that rebound. Back to a single-digit game. 69-60, pressure from the Blazers. Espina. Blue Eagles moving the ball around. Tawano, 3, got it! An absolute gut punch to CSB. Just when the Blazers thought they were within striking distance, Tawano with a timely 3. Nice find by Torres to Gonzaga. Back to a 10-point game. Espina open. It's the back of the rim. Gamber, he will try a 3. Got it! Ateneo has scored fire here in the third. 50% shooting from beyond the arc. But we have an unsportsmanlike foul call on the other end. That will go against Tuano. So right after that Gamber 3, immediately right after the play, Tawano was issued an unsportsmanlike foul. Gonzaga is at the line to shoot the pair and the ball will stay with CSB. This is the second time that Ateneo has been slapped with an unsportsmanlike foul. Early in the first half, it was Leal who got it. Now it's Tawano's turn. Crucial juncture once again.
14 seconds on the shot.
Blazers went into a little bit of a run after that unspo back in the first half. Can they do it again here in the third? Sanchez. Hook shot is good. Blazers have come alive here. Another foul. After Sanchez made the bucket, he was called for the foul.
Substitution for the Blazers.
So after Sanchez made the basket, the hold on a Blue Eagle. Tuano with the left hand. And another foul away from the ball, this time on Espina. Penalty situation for Ateneo. Things are getting spicy here in the third period.
For 2 shots.
So Ancheta will try once again to make it a single-digit game. Free throw is good. 2 for 2 for Ancheta. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of the third. And has been a crawl here in this frame because of all the fouls.
His first personal foul, 14.
14 fouls on CSB.
16 seconds.
Espina. They go to Tuano. Tuano. Close range. No. Foul on Waki. And CSB will go to the free throw line. Gonzaga is complaining, by the way, that he was hit at the head by Tuano. So because of that complaint, our officials will take a look. So first there was a foul on that rebound. Then as the ball was being rebounded, Gonzaga was complaining that he was hit on the head by Tuano. So that is the issue right now, as Ateneo is ahead by 9.
After review, the call starts as a common foul for Joaquin Espina.
So just a common foul on Waki Espina. So no extracurriculars on Tuano on against Gonzaga.
Substitution for Ateneo.
Baltazar just returned. So Gonzaga is at the line. Gonzaga has been pivotal here in the third. Gonzaga has 6 points off the bench, providing hustle and energy for CSB. Putback is good. Ancheta. Baltazar on the other end, he is bumped. Once again, CSB within striking distance. It is a 6-point game. After a pair of misses from Gonzaga, Ancheta was there for the cleanup job.
For 2 shots, Logan Baltazar.
Baltazar with 8 points, 7 rebounds. He has big shoes to fill for Ateneo with departure of Manila, Dom Escobar. A split at the line for Baltazar. Nice fake by Gonzaga. Fooling the defense there. Back to a 5-point game. A minute and a half in the third. Alley-oop. Does not work for Ateneo. Here come the Blazers. Trying to go to Gonzaga, but that was a turnover by Podador. Blue Eagles have quelled every rally of the Blazers. Let's see if they can do that here. Foul on Gonzaga. And because we're in the penalty, Andrew Bongo is at the line. 4 points, 3 assists, and under 9 minutes of play for Bongo. Lead was as high as 14 at the half. It was a 9-point game. 2 for 2 for Bongo. Rota and Edu check back in. Ancheta puts on the brakes, gets it back. They swing the ball over, flip shot, it's good. Irel Galas with a much needed basket for the Blazers. 50 seconds left in the third. Tuano, one dribble, and he will go to the line. Nice heads up play by Bahay, finding the cutting Tuano. Tuano is the game's leading scorer with 17. Make that 18. He's backstopped by Gamber, who has 15 points. Split at the line by Tuano. And another foul on Ateneo. Chance at the line for CSB. And I think Rota was unaware of the foul situation because he just checked in.
For 2 shots,
Blazers did not go to the line a lot during the first half. Now they're up to 9 out of 18 from the line. But the Blue Eagles are 22 of 31 at the charity stripe. Down to the last 40 seconds here in the third. Tuano, leading scorer of the ball game. Bahay makes his move. Bongo open. Misses. 15 seconds left. Galas bump, no call. Gets the roll. 10 seconds left. Ball was saved with Ateneo. This is the closest the Blazers have been since being down by 14. Bahay, 3. Misfires. Last shot for Benilde. No good for Podador. And at the end of 3, Ateneo clinging to a 3-point lead, 81-78. Blazers outscored Ateneo 33-27. Fourth quarter coming up. 3 quarters down and 1 more to go. It is a 3-point game because the Blazers fought back in the third period. Despite Waki Espina getting into the scoring act, Celis and company finding their stride in the third period. It was a slow third period, lots of fouls, lots of free throws. Ateneo's three-point shooting came alive. Kyle Gamber and Waki Espina hitting a lot of threes. The Blazers slowly but surely chipped away the deficit. As we mentioning, the three-point shooting working for Ateneo, but at the end of three, it is just a three-point game, 81-78. As we head to the fourth and final quarter between Ateneo and CSB for game number 4 of our quadruple header here inside the Blue Eagle Gym. Thank you for joining us, Yoyo Sarmento on the call. This is the 2026 National Student Athlete Championship College Basketball Campus Tour. Still have 4 more games tomorrow here inside the Blue Eagle Gym. Then next week we'll head to UP. The chance now for CSB to tie or make it a 1-point game. They were down by as many as 14 back in the second period, down by 9 at the half. Here we go. Near steal by Tuano. Celis recovers. No. Out of bounds is Rafi Celis. Bahay to Bongo. Bongo sees an opening with the left hand. Bongo. Kahukom with the right. Let's get the bounce. Tuano pushing. Ateneo has starters Tuano, Bahay, and Baltazar. Step through by Bahay, but he is fouled by Galas, and Galas is disappointed with the call, to say the least. Warning will be assessed on Iril Galas. Bahay now in double digits after that free throw. One of 3 players from Ateneo in double figures, alongside Tuano and Gamber. Two for two for Bahay. Quick 4-0 start for Ateneo to start the final frame, and Blazers turn it over. Three, Jared Bahay. It is a 7-0 spurt by Ateneo to start the period. Timeout on the floor. Ateneo establishing order. Back inside the Blue Eagle gym in Ateneo, where the Blue Eagles have a 10-point advantage. It was a 3-point game to start the period, but a 7-0 run by Ateneo, capped off by a 3 by Jared Bahay, has made it a double-digit game. Blazers have not scored here in the payoff period. They go to their MVP, Liwag, hook shot, no. Bongo, foul from behind by Celis.
Foul number 35, Rafi Sanchez. His first personal foul. 17 foul.
Blue Eagles have cranked up their defense here in the fourth. And here they are on offense. Bahay scored the last 5 points for Ateneo. Bahay, another 3. No. Tuano in the paint. (9-0) run by Ateneo. Foul as Sanchez was making his baseline drive. They left Sean Tuano all alone in the paint. And Tuano knows what to do with it. JM Leal just checked back into the ball game for Bongo. And that was the first 2 points by CSB in the fourth period, courtesy of Alan Liwag. Alas with the left hand. Alas now in double digits with 10. Liwag. Basket is good. And put him on the line. Alan Liwag scored the last 2 buckets for the Blazers.
His second personal foul. Substitution for Benilde.
Liwag up to 15 points now.
For the bonus shot, Alan Liwag.
Liwag has scored the last 5 points for the Blazers. Bahay, they swing it. Ala short. Sanchez is slapped from behind.
His third personal foul.
Third personal on Jared Bahay. Ball is stopped by Espina. The Eagles have outscored the Blazers 11-5 here in the fourth. They go to Liwag once again. Sorry, that's Sanchez. Sanchez is fouled.
Foul number 12, Jacob Leon. His fourth personal foul. Team's fourth.
Fourth foul on JM Leal, the rookie for Ateneo.
For 2 shots, Justin Sanchez.
Sanchez was huge in the second and third periods. One of 3 players from the Blazers in double digits. He has 14. Goes 2 for 2. Espina nearly lost it. Leal. They go to Baltazar. CSB asking for a travel. Espina fading to his right. It's good. 6 minutes left. Wacky Espina gives Ateneo a 9-point lead. The cut. And Liwag with the putback. All Alan Liwag here in the fourth for the Blazers. Espinosa hits the back of the rim. Ball will stay with Ateneo. Torres held Espinosa. Gamber returns to the court replacing Alas. Gamber has 15 points, highlighted by 4 threes.
14 seconds to shoot.
That is a traveling violation called on Espina. And Espina took offense. Something happened in the paint. Podador tried to calm down Espina. Now, there's a lot of chirping in mid-court. Cooler heads trying to prevail. We have 5 minutes left in this contest.
Double technical foul by number 20, Justine Sanchez.
So here's what transpired. Sorry, it was not that play. The play was the drive by Waki Espina. A traveling call was on Espina, and he took offense on Justin Sanchez. A double technical foul was called on Sanchez and Espina. So no free throws was awarded on either side. Tensions rising here in the fourth. 5:06 remaining. Sanchez knocks down the first. So it was Sanchez versus Espina moments ago. Here's Sanchez at the line. One more free throw for Sanchez.
Justine Sanchez for the substitute free throw.
So because of that substitute free throw, he knocks it down. Back to a 5-point game. Five minutes left. Gamber. They swing it. Kyle has it. Gamber nowhere to go. Has to pass it. Foul on the pass. Blazers were wary of Gamber making a three. They put two on him. Foul on the pass. Second miss at the line for Gamber. But he is a perfect 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. A split at the line by Gamber. Jomel and Ancheta re-enters the ball game, replacing Podador. Ancheta whips a pass to the corner. Torres. Jumper is off. Ian Espinosa pushing pace. Spins. Espinosa with a oohs and ahs from the crowd. Espinosa timed it perfectly. Able to spin against his defender for two. Liwag, three, off to the left. That should be a foul on Alas. Pushing off on the rebound opportunity. Foul number 4 on Kiefer. However, Celis can capitalize, misses on his first free throw.
Substitution for the Blazers.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark. 7-point game. Tuano through traffic. Put back, no. Another chance for Ateneo. Espinosa goes one-on-one. Tuano, three. Got it! Back to a double-digit lead by Ateneo. Ancheta free to score. Another three on the way. They swing it. It is with Tuano. Hit a three just a few moments ago. They gave it to Alas. Back outside to Bongo. No. Blue Eagles get another crack at the basket. The tip. Ball goes back to Ateneo. 5 to shoot. Espinosa into traffic. No. Liwag has it. Under 3 minutes left. Liwag to Sanchez. Blazers still fighting. 6-point game. Celis read that pass perfectly. One-on-one against Tuano. Celis! Clean up job by Liwag. You can't cat out the CSB Blazers. Alas, bounce pass. The Bongo, Tuano. Jumper, it's good! A long two by Tuano. Last 2 minutes. And we will go the other way. There are substitutions on both sides. Here's that long 2 foot on the line for Tuano. They will review that last play. You're seeing that right now. 2 Blazers fell on the floor. There was a block by Gamber. Ancheta and Celis went for it. So last touch, CSB. Bai is back in. Luigas looking for the knockout punch. Bahay decelerates, but ran out of steps. Blazers still have a pulse, but it's faint. They only have 1:35 remaining. Both teams are 1-0 coming off wins over LPU. Sanchez, they go to Liwag. Liwag against Bongo. Liwag is fouled. Drew Bongo has fouled out. Liwag, after that slow start, had 8 points in the first half. Liwag now has 22. What a second half surge by the two-time NCAA MVP. Blazers kept looking for Liwag, and he has responded here in the second half. Back to a 4-point game, 1:17 remaining. Still anybody's ball game. Ateneo has led for most of the game. Led by as many as 14. Led by 9 at the half. Led by 3 entering the fourth. They give it to the leading scorer, Sean Tuano. Back to Espinosa. Shot clock now a factor. Bahay with 3. Bahay fading. Bahay in and out. And with 51 seconds left, our officials will review that last out-of-bounds sequence. Our referees have that power in the last 2 minutes to review those kinds of out of bounds scenarios. So is it Ancheta or is it Baltazar? That is the question right now. Tough to see whether or not it is Jomel Ancheta or Logan Baltazar who touched it last. It's a crucial possession. Ateneo had a double-digit lead halfway through the fourth, but Liwag and company came alive. So last touch by Ancheta. Last touch by Baltazar, rather. It is CSB ball. .50 seconds left. Torres, 3, off to the left. Difference of 16 seconds between the two clocks. Foul on Sanchez.
Foul number 20, Justine Sanchez. Justine Sanchez, 5 fouls.
And that was the fifth and final foul on Justin Sanchez. Sanchez exits the ballgame with 19 points, 4 rebounds. Sanchez, by the way, missed only 2 shots, 7 of 9 from the field. Bahay's first free throw is good. 2-possession game, 103-98. A split by Jared Bahay, 30 seconds left. And with 24 seconds left, CSB will call for time. They're still down by 5. Final 24.4 seconds left. Ateneo up by 5. Shot clock of CSB is at 20.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
We go to Torres. 3 on the way. Too strong. Rebound Ancheta. Again too strong. Ball is batted out. CSB ball, and they will review.
The last play will go over field.
So they went with a Morales 3. It was off, and then Ancheta with the putback, he also missed it, too strong. And now the ball was batted out. So it was between Baltazar and Liwag. Ball will stay with the Blazers, but the game clock reads 12.8. They're down by 5. Celis to inbound. Morales once again. This time it's good. Blazers still alive. They're not fouling. Now there's a foul.
Ball number 34, Alan penalty. The second personal foul.
Huge 3 to make it a 1-possession game. Morales missed earlier. This time, he nailed it. First free throw is good for Joaquin Espina. And this free throw is crucial to make it a 2-possession game. Miss by Espina. Bricked it. And Blazers now asking for more time on the clock. Espina missed the free throw that would have put the game to bed. Now our officials are double checking the timer. It hit the side. And now the Blazers are asking that the clock shouldn't have moved. So 3.5 seconds on the game clock. Here we go, drama at the last game of the day. 3.5 seconds left. So if you're just tuning in, Ateneo led by double digits most of the game. CSB came alive in the second half. Cut it to within 3 entering the fourth. And our games tomorrow, also here inside the Blue Eagle Gym, starting at 10 a.m. Letran versus St. Clair. And at 12 o'clock, USC versus NU. At 2 p.m., La Salle and Mapua. And capping off with the Battle of Katipunan at 4 p.m. The Blue Eagles taking on the UP Fighting Maroons. That will all happen tomorrow right here inside the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym. So that is going to be game day number 4 of our tournament. So 3.5 seconds left. CSB was down by 5, but Morales hit a huge 3. Huge 3 to cut it to within 2. And then a split at the line by Joaquin Espina. And a forgettable miss on that second free throw. And that which sets us up for the last 3.5 seconds. Here we go. Lasers looking to tie to send this one to overtime. Both teams with a 1-0 record. Can the Blue Eagles stay undefeated? Our officials are double checking something here. So both teams went back to their benches. Here again was that free throw by Waki Espina. So now the time has been set to 3 because Waki Espina shot the free throw at 3 seconds, so it can't be 3.5. Here we go, Torres to inbound. Ancheta to Torres. Torres has to heave. Torres for the tie! Torres with the 3 to tie it up. 104 to 104. There will be a review, but Ian Torres with an off-balance one-legged three-point shot at the horn. Chaos here inside the Blue Eagle gym. Oh, he got it off in time. It's good. What a shot. Off balance and all. With time to spare, off the window. Basket is good. We're headed to overtime. What a turn of events here. Four quarters are not enough to separate these two teams, and we are headed to overtime at 104 apiece. Ateneo versus CSB. Overtime coming up. So 5 minutes to determine who will come out on top. It is Ateneo versus CSB. What a way to cap off game number 4 and game day number 3 of the 2026 National Student Athlete Championship College Basketball Campus Tour. Liwag shows us the footwork. That's a miss. Tawano secures the rebound. If you're just tuning in, Ateneo led by as many as 14. Led really most of the way until the Blazers kept fighting back. As Bai scores the first 2 points of overtime. It was Morales who hit the 3 to cut it within 2. Espinosa a split at the line. And then the hero, that man, Ian Torres, tied it up at 104. And he ties it up at 106 right now. Foul on Morales.
His first personal foul. Shot by for 2 shots.
Bahay has scored all 3 points for Ateneo in this overtime period. In and out for Bahay. Rebound secured by Baltazar. Tawano. Lost it on the way up. It will go the other way. Chance for CSB. Torres has scored the last 5 points, including the game-tying 3. Morales, short, gets his own miss, gets the bump, and put him on the line. Espina has been fouled out, and this is the first lead of CSB in the second half. Here is Tawano. Bahay with 10. With 5, Bahay still has it, falling away. Jared Bahay! Overtime takeover by Jared Bahay. Has scored all the points for Ateneo. Ancheta doesn't shoot the 3. The pass is stopped. Here comes Jared. 2.5 to play. Bahay 1-on-1 against Torres. Bahay is fouled. Torres, that will be foul number 4. Bahay has absolutely taken control here in the payoff period, in the extra session rather. Doing the heavy lifting on offense for Ateneo. Is up to 20 points. Makes it a 3-point game. Ancheta has it. Liwag brushes off Liao, but he lost it. We go to Bahay. Bounce pass. That was blocked by Morales. Last 2 minutes of overtime. Torres, short. Here is Alas against Celis. Kiefer with the offhand. No, putback is good by Baltazar. Ancheta to Morales with a reverse counter and one. Morales has been huge in the final few minutes. Nice job by Ancheta to attract the defense. Then Morales went to the reverse. Morales was quiet for 3 quarters. He came alive in the waning moments of the fourth. Can't complete the 3-point play, so it is 113 to 110. Near steal, ball will stay with Ateneo. Here is Tuano, leading scorer of Ateneo, gives it up to Bahay. Bahay with 8. Bahay, fierce drive, too strong. Gabber is there. Liwag, Morales, 3. Hits the front of the rim. Power for the rebound. It is with Liwag. He steps out of bounds. Five-point game. Now remember, when we were in a similar situation at the end of regulation. Timeout on the floor. 5-point game. The NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour continues tomorrow right here inside the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym, starting with Letran at St. Clair at 10 a.m. Then at 12 noon, USC versus NU. 2 p.m., La Salle versus Mapua. And to cap things off, Battle of Katipunan, UP will make its NSAC debut against Ateneo. Let's see if Ateneo can go with a perfect record facing off against the Fighting Maroons tomorrow on the Blue Eagle Gym. But we're not quite done here between Ateneo and CSB. 49.7 seconds left between Ateneo and CSB. We were in a similar situation towards the end of regulation. Ateneo was up by 5. Morales hit a huge 3. That set things off for the Blazers. It set up the Ian Torres 3 that tied it up at 104. And so far, the Blue Eagles have outscored the Blazers by 5, 11-6 here in the extra session. Here we go. Gamber with the inbound. Gamber hit a crucial putback to help Ateneo establish this 5-point edge. Here we go. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Gamber to inbound. They put 2 on Sean. Here's the trap. Tuwano escapes the trap. Tuwano is rejected by Liwag with 5 to shoot.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Gamber once again to inbound. Bahay, nowhere to go. Bahay steps out of bounds. Blazers still alive. 37 seconds left. Another timeout by CSB. They are down by 5 with 37.2 seconds left. .2 seconds left.
14 seconds on the shot.
CSB ball. Torres, who hit the game-tying 3 that sent this game to overtime, will inbound. They give it to Ancheta. 3 on the way. Short. Rebound Ancheta. Ancheta was blocked by Baltazar. Ball is saved. Alas has it. And that should do it. CSB needs to foul. Unfortunate miss by Nicolas on that 3. Six-point game. Bahay, who has been huge here in the overtime period. What a fight back for CSB, but time is not on their side. Down by 7. Torres and Liwag with the putback. Cheta will foul Espinosa.
Number 17, Chomelan Cheta. Penalty, his first personal foul.
And Liwag doing the damage for CSB against Ateneo. Monster game once again for Liwag. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, but it will not be enough. 2 for 2 for Espinosa. That should do it here. Torres. Back-to-back buzzer beaters for Torres, but that will not be enough for CSB as Ateneo escapes with a 119-115 victory over the CSB Blazers in overtime fashion. The Eagles did just enough in the extra period to put away the very pesky CSB Blazers. Our player of the game is Sean Tuano. Did a lot of work in the regulation, 25 big points. Hit huge buckets every time to keep CSB at bay. He is our player of the game. Alan Liwag also had a phenomenal game. A near triple-double for Alan Liwag. He's our Reyes Barbecue rebounder of the game. 10 rebounds to go alongside his 26 points and 7 assists. Once again, Alan Liwag, our rebounder of the game. But Liwag and company will fall short to the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Once again, your final, Ateneo 119 and CSB 115. Ateneo stays perfect as they face UP tomorrow at 4 p.m. also here inside the Blue Eagle Gym. That is, once again, the confirmation, the final score, 119-115. Ateneo with the victory. That will do it for us here. For our director, Glenn Infante, our game producer, Mark Morados, and all the hardworking men and women of our production team. This has been Yoyo Sarmenta saying thank you for watching the NSAC 2026, and we will see you all tomorrow.